Yo, 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 what's going on, my people? It's your girl, Ryder Creator, coming back with another one. So today I just wanted to get into some things. Um, Let me come up out of here. So I just wanted to get into some things that I wanted to talk about. Having to do with Diddy. I want to talk about Diddy. What's been going on? He been denied bail again. I want to know what people are thinking. Is this another R. Kelly in the making? Like literally, are we watching another R. Kelly situation going happening as we speak? The ancestors think so. The ancestors think so. So I wanted to also read a little bit of this article that I was reading earlier about them saying that Diddy was as bad as Jeffrey Epstein. That's what they said. So I wanted to get into that. Then after that, I wanted to get into Javion. I'm sorry, I don't know if y'all can hear the cops coming by in my neighborhood. I hope not, but I tried to talk over it so you couldn't hear it, but you might have heard it anyway. So anyway, secondly, I want to get into Javion Magee, the new info that I know of that was discovered, like a little mini update and just tweaking anything that I had got from the ancestors and uh, I'm not gonna say the reading because the reading wasn't wrong. The It was something that I interpreted wrong or something. But I'll get into that and some additional information that I found out. Also, I wanted to get into a dream I had yesterday, yesterday morning in the wee hours of the morning. So I wanted to get into that too because it's like, spiritually powered. You know what but I don't know why I had the dream. And I just wanted to know people's opinion on why they think I had the dream. So, but I'll get into that later. So that's the last thing I'm going to talk about. So let me get back to the beginning. So what I wanted to dive into. Um, All right, so I'm gonna start first. I want to say he was denied bail. Diddy was denied bail again. This for the second time. They're not trying to let him loose. They said he offered to pay the whole 50 million and try to get out. It do seem like he go to run. Like, why are you so like he wanted to say you don't even have to put it to the 10%. He prepared to pay 50 million. Like they like, no, he a flight risk. He got too much money. Or even if he don't have too much money, he got access to too much money. Cause he's smart though. He put most of his assets in his mom name a long time ago. So he very effing smart. So yeah, it might look like he don't got no money, but his mama got all his money. So that was the smartest stuff he could have ever done. So so um let me go into this. And I might break it with my little comments, my little side comments, because I was on somebody else's platform. I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before yesterday, but they sitting up here trying to tell me that I'm tripping, that it wasn't what I thought it was. No, I had told y'all about this thing maybe I don't know if it was a year ago, but when the whole it was like it was almost a year ago because it was in November when Cassie first came out with these allegations. And so we was and the dude Little Rod or whatever, when he came out with these allegations, we had stuff that they presented as proof. Little Rod had proof and pictures and stuff like that. But now the stuff is probably sealed now. But I might still have them. I gotta look through my photos. That's a way back. But anyway, I might have them of the things that he took pictures of and the things that he witnessed. He secretly recorded. He put cameras in his glasses and stuff like that to record Diddy. Like, for what reason, I don't know. And this is back when I was telling y'all, I feel like Little Rod is jilted because he thought he was going to be Diddy Boo Thing. Let me say that. He thought he was going to be Diddy Boo Thing, but Diddy tried to encourage him to be a pass around. And you are a man. You supposed to be like, hell no, I'm not doing that shit. But but I don't know. I just feel like everybody here could have said no. The people that showed us that they could have said no. They chose to stay. It's a little different than to me than the R. Kelly situation, except for Cassie. Cassie, the only one that was kind of like held hostage. You know what I'm saying? Like when she tried to get out of there, you see what happened. She kind of the only one that was held hostage. I feel like the rest of them chose to be there. They sacrificed their dignity, self respect, and their morals for a chance at making music or uh, notoriety for being next to Diddy. I really feel like that. And I don't support Diddy. I know he a mother effer. I know he's an asshole. I seen him on them making the bands. I seen all that stuff. And like I just feel like even with that being said, everyone had an option to say no. Like, I feel like it's up to people to stand up and be like, nah, my music career ain't worth all this. It ain't worth me degrade myself to this level. And that's what I feel like. And then Cassie too, in that case, when it comes to the music part, because that's why she got with him. She thought it was gonna be like a 2-for-1. She was gonna get notoriety for being seen with him because that's what he said. That's what I think he sells to these chicks. All the chicks that he ever messed with, like J Lo, like Cassie or whoever else we seen him with. I feel like he sells that to them. But this time, the only thing that was different this time now is that Miami, young Miami, was more popping than him. So he in turn got with her for her notoriety and try to use her as a platform to advertise his shit. And that was like a business arrangement in his mind. Like, you know what I mean? And hers too. Like, ain't nobody feelings was hurting this. Like, they both understood what it was for real, for real. Even if they never said that, they understood you popping and I can make you pop more, but being with you, you could afford me the lifestyle that I want. And that's what they was doing. So anyway, so let me start reading this. Let me make sure my phone is yeah, okay. So Diddy, this is what they're saying. Everything is allegedly, everything that I'm saying is from an article. This is not my own views. If I use any music, it is not mine. I do not own the rights to the music. I wanted to put that right out there in case I do or whatever. So anyway, so Diddy is as bad as Epstein, says the officer who saw his SEX rooms, hidden cameras during Miami mansion raid. So, oh man, stop getting in the way. So sordid new details have emerged of the so-called SEX rooms that Sean Diddy Combs allegedly kept in Miami mansions, filled with SEX toys, bondage gear, hidden cameras, and lingerie, according to federal source who said the disgraced rapper is as bad as Epstein. Yup, that's the type of parties he had. And so I'm I, I'm gonna read this and then I'm gonna go into what I saw years ago It's some footage I saw years ago, and I even talked about this maybe almost a year ago when Cassie first came out. So we knew this stuff was true. It's just everybody turned their head before. So anyway, so of yeah. One of the Department of Homeland Security agents who helped raid Diddy's Florida abode claims that the music mogul had rooms that were clearly dedicated to SEX with cameras all around. Okay, so he got tons and tons. That's what that guy was talking about. And he went into everywhere Diddy went, he followed him around like a shadow, and he had hidden cameras on his person and he was taping Diddy. Now, that's the little rod guy. This is where they got all this information from. The little rod guy. So he really is gonna get the last laugh. That's crazy. But truthfully, I feel like he was guilty because he thought he was gonna be Diddy main thing. Diddy ain't coming out the closet with you. I don't know what you was thinking. Diddy was not coming out the closet with you, but then when Diddy tried to make him a pass around at the sex parties, like, here, talk to this person, meet this person. This is him. This is Rod. Rod, this is so and so. He felt offended that Diddy did not want him all to himself. That's what I feel like all of this stemmed from, honestly. Because he started secretly taping him very early off, and I feel like he was under the impression he had dreams or delusions of grandeur that him and Diddy was going to be an item and that he was going to be Diddy's kept boy, and that's what it was. And then when he became a pass around, I don't know if he became a pass around, but when he was encouraged to be a pass around, because that's how them circles move. And you, as a grown man, supposed to say, "No, I'm good. I don't. No, I'm not effing with you." When these men come up to you, you had a choice to say, "No, I'm not doing it." But when they came up, uh, I just feel like I don't know. I just really feel like, as a grown man, you should be able to say no. Like, period. I don't give a damn him dangling music careers over people here. I don't care about none of that. Like, you supposed to be strong enough to say no, that if this the way I gotta get it with this food, I don't want it. And I feel like everybody was opportunist in this, not just Diddy. So anyway, let me get into it. Where was I at? What's the last thing I read? Okay. So if you were in those SCX parties, you were being recorded from every possible angle, including angles you wouldn't have known about. The source said, referring to the sometimes day-long can you say orgies? Yeah, day-long orgies he called freak offs, where drugged up victims were allegedly, I'm not sure if I can say that, but forgive me if I can't. I didn't know I couldn't say that, but I don't know. Were allegedly forced to have sex with male prostitutes. Can you say prostitutes? Yeah, okay. Okay. So, so, all right, let me see. All right, they were saying that Combs shares some similarities with the charges. Oh, charges against Combs share similarities with charges against Jeffrey Epstein. In my opinion, he's as bad as Jeffrey Epstein. The source added about the late Pedofile, who Hanged himself behind bars. These women are young, either barely legal or barely illegal. Damn. But y'all knew that. Oh, okay. That's all they had to say. Let me see. Let me see. They have more to say. Um, Internally, officers see a lot of similarities between Combs and Epstein. The well-connected financier who served time for trafficking dozens of young girls in New York and Florida. Epstein, who was awaiting trial and died in a jail cell in August 2019. He had already the let me just add this in here because people swear they do not believe me and they think I'm making this up, but you can just look it up. It's public record. So Jeffrey Epstein had already faced charges. He was a co-defendant with at the time a candidate for president, Donald Trump. They were co-defendants together in a child trafficking slash KIDNAPPING slash RAPE case. Okay? And this child was somewhere between 13 and 15 at the time. And he was one of she was one of Jeffrey Epstein's girls. Like Jeffrey Epstein used to be soliciting children or girls that was, and I don't know, get some type of approval from their mom or something. I don't know. I really I can't remember, but I got that in my channel too. You can go back and look at it if you think I'm lying. And the thumbnail is a picture of Donald Trump and his now wife at a party with Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell, and they're posing together, and that's the thumbnail. And I was going through the court documents of this and reading what happened. So you can find these court documents. Court documents are public record. So yes, it's a lot of things that y'all choose to look the other way when it comes to Donald Trump as well. And there's things that he done said in the public eye and y'all chose to look the other way. I don't understand it, but hey, what do I know? So anyway, on Tuesday, Combs was slapped with the federal sex trafficking and racketeering charges. According to bombshell indictment, he allegedly coerced his female victims into day-long sex sessions as a part of his alleged pattern of abuse, um, dating back to more than a decade. Okay, so I guess that's all. It ain't really. Mm. So they're saying the indictment alleges that women, some of whom were still teenagers, this is the indictment, not saying it is true, just saying this is what he on trial for, were coerced into freak-offs, sex sessions with male prostitutes that were often recorded while the music mogul producer can you say that? Masturbed. Play with himself. I'm gonna say that. I don't know if you could say that what I spelled. So, oh wow, I didn't even know all that. I just knew Cassie and Cassie doing that shit. So anyway, um, so I mean, it's not saying more than what they already said. That is SEX rooms and stuff like that with cameras. I'm not gonna keep going into this because it's really just going over the same things. So they had said he had 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lube and all this stuff and all this. I was making jokes and somebody live. I don't remember. I was just like, everybody had to be oiled up at all times. But anyway, but I feel like everybody who was a part of his entourage knew what it was. So, but hey, they getting their money grabbed. Get your money. You know what I'm saying? They getting their money grabbed. They doing it for the money. So I'm just gonna leave it like that. That's my opinion. In my opinion, this is all my opinion. So anyway, and everything I say is allegedly, but that's my opinion that they doing it for the money. That you know what I mean? Because they also had a choice to say no, I'm not doing it. Just like that girl Tiffany Red or whatever her name is that was talking about songwriters, not that people be stealing songwriters credits. Now she is one of the people in the lawsuit, the class action suit or whatever against Diddy, and she's saying that she was made, and I heard her say that. That's the thing. I heard what she said. She was saying that she didn't work a lot because she figured that they was going to try to make her have whatever. But I knew that she, whatever she said and how she said it, it meant that she actually did F for her contracts or for the opportunity to be a songwriter on Bad Boy. But that was a choice you made. You didn't have to say yes. That was a choice you made, young lady. And I don't feel like, and then she got an attitude with the people that was watching her live to say that as if they coming at her crazy. No, you put yourself out there and you said what you said. And then when people have a reaction to it, you mad at their reaction. No, you can't be victim and opportunist at the same damn time and expect nobody to have no negative feelings towards what you just put out there. That's not the way the world works. You gotta take the roll with the punches. So anyway, so so now, I wanted to say something about. So I wanted to say something about this. So I wanted to say something about all the proof they have. Let me get into that. So let me get this picture of this man off of here. It's crazy. Yo. So anyway, so I wanted to get into. So, like I said, little Rob was recording with his camera, with his hidden cameras. He had his own hidden cameras on his person, like on his clothes and his glasses, all types of, probably on his hat. Because you will go to shops that sell spy gear, that things that you wouldn't think a camera is in, and put cameras in there. Like so. Anyway, so we got a shop like that down where I live at. So anyway, um so uh he had pictures of celebrities. Like he had a picture of Cuba Gooding Jr. trying to get next to him, who he said Combs introduced him to him like he could be his pass around. That might be the first person that he introduced him to and told him to, be friendly or be hospitable. And um Cuba was getting all close to, I don't know. Look, that's what it looked like in the pictures to me. And Cuba was trying to get close to him, and he was trying to act like this wasn't happening, but that's not the energy that you need in that moment. You need to check him fast and quick before he gets out of hand, because he looked like he was about to get handsy. And he looked like he was about to go in for something. Who knows? But he was trying to get close in the picture. And at that moment, you're supposed to be like, yo, bro, I don't swing that way. Back the F up. That's what you're supposed to do. So anyway, I'm just saying, like, but anyway, and then he'd be like, "Oh, well, Diddy said you do." You're supposed to be like, "Well, Diddy lied, and don't try it, unless I'm gonna knock your head off." That's what you're supposed to say. And then he would have backed up. Period. So anyway, so he had a picture of Cuba Gooding Jr. coming at him crazy. So he also had pictures of these like the Sons partying with Diddy. He also had pictures of the Diddy parties. So they had pictures. So I'm gonna go back to what I was talking about, where somebody was trying to refute the camera footage that I saw years ago. But I'm gonna get to that later. Now, he had pictures of all these probably celebrities, high profile people. I just don't know them because there was a lot of white men there, and I don't know them. They probably like in the political world, like they look like those type of people. You know how you can look at people and kind of guess their occupation? They look like they in politics and stuff like that. So anyway, they had, uh can you say, I don't know if you could say it, so I'm gonna spell it. They had DILDOS, right? I don't know if you can say it, but they had black ones, and they all had them in their hands. One of them was acting like he was trying to put that up to um somebody's. I don't know if it was the dude Rod, Little Rod, or was it somebody else. But they was acting like they were trying to put it up to his butt, and it was like all these people with them in their hands. So uh they also said that it'd be dildos all over. I don't know if I can say that, but forgive me if I can. All over the bathrooms and the restroom, everywhere. Now that brings me to what I was talking about the other day, and going back and forth with somebody that think they stumbled on something brand new. This was not brand new. This old. What the footage that I saw, that shit is old. It might be like 10 years or more old. And anyway, so I can't remember who brought this up to me to make me go research it, but it was a long time ago. So they was like, yeah, I'll never forget when he had that DILDO, and it was the same ones, black one, a black one. So he been doing this for years, maybe even decades, child. So anyway, so so he was saying, I'll never forget when he had that on the bed at that party or whatever. And I don't remember. It was a man. That's all I do remember. It was a man that said it, but I don't know who said it. And I went and looked it up. And lo and behold, it was right there. So 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 this how it went. And I've described this to y'all before. So Kevin Hart was hosting a party. So he going through the party, dancing with people, talking his trash, going back and forth. Da, 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 da. So he goes to this room, right? He goes to this room. Now, the thing is, where this woman was trying to say that it was just a silver remote on the bed. No, it's two different camera footages. It's two different cameramen recording, because that video was heavily edited, because Kevin Hart said something about that bed more than once. And I never seen when Diddy got up off the bed. The one you showed, I didn't see Diddy on the bed. So what probably happened, the reason why you only seen a silver remote or whatever, is because he probably went and did some what would you call that? Micromanaging, and went and sat in front of what was on the bed to pick it up so that it won't be in the camera footage. That's what he thought. He was heading that off so that it would not show up on the camera footage. But it was on the camera footage. So, like I said, Kevin Hart was hosting this party. So he goes into one of these rooms, right? Because this is back when everybody's talking about Diddy parties. So so he had a microphone or whatever, he's talking to everybody and everything. So he went in this room, and he I feel like Diddy was where he was. I didn't see Diddy in front of him. That's why I know that footage is edited, because Diddy was not in front of him. Diddy was by the side of him. So anyway, this was years ago when I seen it. So so um he's like, all I know. So then he came up and was like, yeah, yeah, whatever. Blah, blah, blah. And so he was like, all I know is I ain't going near that bed. And first of all, like, they was trying to rationalize why it wasn't no dildo on the bed and this and that. No, it was one, clear as day, on the bed, and Diddy was not on the bed in the footage I seen. So Diddy was right next to Kevin when he first said something about the bed. So let me tell you, before it was edited, where y'all seen what y'all seen, I feel like it was another cameraman. So it must have been two cameramen on the side of the bedroom. So, cause, cause, Kevin was like, all I know is I ain't going near that bed. The cameraman being silly, not silly, being nosy and silly, just swung his camera around to the bed. And it was a black DILDO right there on the bed. So he been having these black Dinos for a long, long, long time, maybe decades. He been buying these things for his parties for a long time because this was probably about 10 years ago when this footage was out. So the cameraman swung it around and looked on the bed. It was a black Dido right there on the bed. That's why Kevin said, "All I know is I ain't going to that bed." So, so when the cameraman swung that around, so then he was like, "Oh well, we be having to have you know all types of stuff for everybody. It's different people that attend this party, and we got stuff for everybody." He's trying to explain it. This probably was Diddy room for all we know, but he was trying to explain it like it ain't for him, it's for anybody who come here, and they have all types of rooms for different types of guests that be there at the party. So he like, I ain't trying to hear that. All I know is I ain't going near that bed and this and that. And somebody was trying to take a picture. He like, I'm not taking no picture near that bed or whatever. He kept going on about the bed. So they only seen on this woman's footage that she found that he said something one time about the bed. No, Kevin said something about 3 or 4 times about not going near this bed. And Diddy was on the left of him. He never was over there near the bed. So the one I saw, so somewhere the other camera man must have had him recorded where he done went in front of the Dido to snatch it up so it don't be seen on camera, but we already seen it. The first time Kevin said he ain't going near that bed, the cameraman swung the camera around. So it must have been a second cameraman. And the one I seen was from the second cameraman. Because I never knew Diddy went on the bed at all. And then he got up, and now all you see is a silver remote. That's not what Kevin was talking about. I'm not going near that bed. That don't even make sense. Why would Kevin just say, all I know is I'm not going near that bed and ain't nothing near the bed? Like, that don't even make sense. So anyway, it was something. It was an SEX toy on the bed. And that's why Diddy was explaining, but that wasn't even in the footage that she showed. So anyway, so then uh they there talking and all this, because that's might have been what happened. Diddy might have said, take a picture with me, Kelly. Like, all I know is I'm not going there that big. That's what made him say that. So anyway, so then Usher comes up and so he comes in between both of them, or I can't remember. I think Usher was in between both of them. So anyway, all I remember is that Diddy started talking about, um, yeah, remember when he said we go way back, and when he was a kid, I used to this was like my little brother, and we used to wrestle over the frosted flakes on the floor and all this. And Usher looked it like a victim, yo. I feel like Usher could have been one of Diddy's victims, allegedly. So I just remember that. And so, and let me say for the record, what I don't like about Gene Deal. So I was watching this girl, and she was talking about Gene Deal and that he got valid information. Let me tell you this. I feel like I didn't ask the ancestors, and I could just tell when people capping and when they telling the truth. And I feel like Gene Deal about 30% at the most of what Gene Deal says is true. He be putting a lot of sauce on his shit. And I first found that out when he started his platform trying to pretend that you're trying to find out who did that to Biggie. But no, the reason why he started his platform or I don't know if this is the reason why, but this became the reason why his platform exists, is to try to get even with Diddy. So this is like his oh happy day. Gene Deal probably gonna try to get into the lawsuit. He probably gonna try to say Diddy try to solicit him too, because Gene Deal is a clout chaser, really though, and he everything. If you notice, before these charges, before all of this, everything he tries to end it with some way that his finger is pointed at Diddy for some reason. And that's when I knew that he even tried to say Diddy had Biggie taken out, which is a fucking lie. Now, Diddy was ripping off B.I.G. I could believe that. I believe he ripped off all his artists because none of them made out like big time. None of them. He the only one that's rich, and the rest of them struggling. And the only reason why Lil Kim was struggling because she know what to do. So she had a persona that allotted her a lot of gratuities and gifts and shit. So I'ma say that. So so um but what was I talking uh about somebody ripping somebody, who was I talking about him ripping off? Damn, I just lost my train of thought. So I'm trying to think, who was I talking about? He done ripped off. Oh, Biggie, Gene Deal. So I feel like something. This is what I really think happened, and I said this before on my channel a long time ago, not too long ago, but long enough ago. I said I think that Gene Deal is jilted because he was depending on this money from Diddy. He keeps saying he had three, four, five jobs. Why you acting like you jilted by him? I feel like firing him. I feel like that's what happened. I feel like Gene Deal was working for Puff. He was really depending on uh this income as easy money and sure money, and something happened. They probably had some type of disagreement, or he probably ran his mouth to somebody that brought it back to Diddy, and Diddy fired his ass right then and there on the spot. Like, and that left him like lacking a big piece of income. Even if he had these three, four, five jobs that he claimed he had, he uh that left him lacking a big piece of income, and kind of made him struggle, and he was pissed about that. And that's why he came and made this platform and tried to stick it to Diddy. I feel like that's his agenda. I feel like his agenda was to stick it to Diddy, period, and try to make Diddy look bad in any way he can. And so this is his happy day. So yeah, let me just say that. What's going on? He just did it. Biggie was here, he would have told him what? Hold up. He just did. If Biggie Smalls was here, he used everyone he got famous to do. Yeah, he did take money from everybody that was here. Um he did, and he used them to promote himself and catapult himself to success. But he ain't do that to Biggie. That don't make no sense at all. He would have been cutting his own pockets short. That's the stupidest thing that somebody could do. He did not do that to Biggie. So anything, and mm, I ain't even gonna take this time to say this, but I don't believe he did that to Tupac either. I know who's responsible for Tupac. And everybody keep turning their head trying to act like they don't know, but it's authorities involved. And that's why Suge said, if you want to know who did what the Biggie, no, who did what the Pop, if you find out who did it to Pac, you'll find out who did it to Biggie. And it's the same characters and the same shit Reggie White Jr., whatever his damn name is, I don't know his name, but his father and him was in cahoots. His father was the chief of police of the LAPD. I'm just giving you some hints here. His father was that. The son was the head of Suge Knight Security, which was around for both assassinations. Okay. Both of them said that Reggie White Jr., whatever, somebody told them, or matter of fact, I'm a reserve one of them because I might be wrong, but the Reggie White Jr. guy or whatever told them to leave their guns in the car or leave them home, which don't make no motherfucking sense. So, so you put two and two together. Reggie White Jr. at that time was in control of Suge Knight's money at this moment. Suge Knight trusted this man like that, and he had him and his baby mama controlling his money when he was locked up for different situations, and they was like his, let's just say, chief financial officers. They was his CFOs, and they was in cahoots together. They might have been sleeping together. The baby mama, I can't remember her name. It's like, it's not Tanisha, but I can't remember her name. I'm trying to think, but it's not coming to me. Hold on for a second. So I can't remember, but her name start with a T, I think. So, but yeah, they was in cahoots, and I feel like if you want to know what happened to Big and Pac, follow the trail of Reggie White Jr. and follow the trail of his father. Follow who they was in cahoots with. Follow why Reggie White Jr. took the charges for his father and got kicked off the LAPD. Okay. Uh, Follow why this person faced charges. Follow his relationship with gangs. Follow his relationship with evidence that he was stealing from evidence lockers and all this shit. And you'll find out what you need to know. Period. And it ain't all on him alone. It's just he fell on the sword for the sake of the family. And if you understand what I mean. But anyway, so yeah, so anyway, that's all I gotta say about Diddy. Now I'm gonna move on to Javion. So so now I'm gonna move on to Javion Magee. Let me try to look up what I was looking at before. Javion Magee. Yes. So grossly premature to call. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now they're trying to say they didn't though. So let me just dang, I can't find it now. Well, let me just say what I saw. So when it comes to Javion McGee, right? So we already talked about what we know about this situation. Now the police was trying to say now they never said that it was a SUICIDE, but they did say that. So they put this black man in the front. I don't know if that's the sheriff or not, but he seemed really angry that we calling them out on their behavior, and he's saying because he a black man, he would have been the first person to raise hell if it was a LYNCHING and all this. Well, you don't seem to be interested in finding out the truth. You seem to be interested in just covering up the facts. And why is that? Who is your boss? I know it ain't nobody that look like you because you're not moving like you look like you. or like you look like us, or like you look like Javion. You somebody's boy that you out here doing damage control. I don't know if that's a sheriff or not, but I know they put him out in front on purpose, trying to simmer down the black people. They put this black man in front of us, trying to simmer down the black people. I'm not buying that shit. So anyway, so 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 something I found out, a cool, interesting fact. So they're trying to set up a narrative to make it look like he did the SUICID, but that's a lie. No, he was MURDERED. Period. We're not going for that shit. We're not believing the bullshit y'all trying to have us believe. Period. So, but something interesting, interesting fact that I have found out. Um, they were saying he bought the rope. Now, let me say something about that in the footage. So, first of all, they put out this footage of him buying the rope and try to make it look like he just went from there and then took himself out. No, that's not what happened. That rope footage of the blue rope was from 24 hours before. I'm going to say that was from the day before. When he bought that rope at Walmart with no bag, let me add that for a reason, but that was from the day before. And they trying to make it seem like it's right there at the moment, and he just went over there to do that to himself. No, that's a damn lie. And they're trying to paint a narrative and trying to fool the public into thinking that he took his own life. He did not take his own life. So anyway, so then it was something else they said. So, oh, let me say, the reason why he ain't had no bag and he had a receipt and no bag is because he wanted to go out there and secure his packages. This is what I said in somebody else's live, but the live was taken down. So when I seen the blue rope and I seen the fact that he ain't get no bag, I knew he was immediately going to use it. That's what they try to make us think, that he did this on the same day that he was found like that. No, it was the day before, and he was going out there, if you ask me, to go. There's plenty of reasons why he could have bought that rope, and it darn sure wasn't to off himself at all. So, he bought the blue rope, if you ask me, to like, I got this language, this verbiage from somebody else that I saw their comment, because I was saying he might have used it for packaging his items on his truck. But he said the person was, or he or she was a truck driver, and they said to secure packages. And so that's what I was trying to say. I just didn't have the right verbiage. So, yes, that's what I thought, that he was, securing something, or possibly tying his because now they released that footage trying to make us think that we wrong. No, we not wrong. And so uh he used that to probably tie his, let's just say, tie his back of his truck together. Like, it could be any reason. It could be, I know it's for the purpose of keeping something in place. It could be to tie his grill on his truck and make sure it stays in place. It could be anything. It could be anything. Was it that? The grill? Oh, they saying it was because he wanted to tie his grill on his truck to keep it in place. I thought it was for the items itself, but that's, and if, oh, you hear that? They hit me like that. They saying that's why. So yeah. And so if they try to say he took this to the whatever, to the repair shop, this, that, and the other, or whatever. If that is true, it will be why, just to get the grill fixed. But I don't know if that's true or not. I want to see the footage of him at the repair shop, leaving his truck, walking off, going to rent the hotel room, and all that. But also, I found out this interesting fact. He gave a homeless man $228 on his way to go rent his hotel. before he rented his hotel. Is that true? Yup. So, and I asked, was that like, because they trying to set it up to make us think he was giving away his possessions because he was planning to delete himself or whatever. And that's not true. Like, who, it's just that you don't see many caring men or beautiful men like that would give a homeless man that type of money, you know. You don't see that too much, so you think he got to be saying goodbye to the world. No. If he was saying goodbye to the world, what would have been the fucking purpose of renting a hotel room? That don't make no sense. So you're not fooling me. And we not buying that shit. Um, was it anything else I was supposed to say something about? Yes. Um, so okay. So they came out with the footage, the something, the homeless man, the what I said that it was 24 hours before. Oh, so I wanted to correct something that um I had on my first piece about Javion Magee. So I wanted to correct that. I don't know if I said that the rods, I had understood it to mean that he was fired up her 3 times. I don't know if I said that or not, but if I did, I didn't mean that. I got that wrong. I misunderstood the interpretation of the information I was getting. So remember, I said that it was three Caucasian men that are over 50 that are involved in this, that did this to Javion. And I was up here searching to find out how did this happen, and I understood as see, I could still be wrong, but from what I understood this time is that those three men um laid hands on him until he was no longer living. Now, if they did that and that's how he died, um, it should be some proof on his body. Mind you, the mom still has not been given permission to see her own son's body to identify her son. That's part of the legal process. She got to be able to identify her son. Now they trying to say it's because of distance. No, it's not because of distance. Y'all told her that she can't come down there to identify her son because of COVID before. That's what y'all said before. Then y'all changed it and said, because y'all don't want her to see it like that, see her son like that. Make up your mind. Make up your mind. Um, all I know is it's illegal to not allow a victim of a crime or of anything, anybody you have um legal custody over, it's illegal to hold them hostage. It's illegal to not allow them to be identified. So I just want to say that piece. Did I say everything? Yep, okay, fine. So yeah, that's what I wanted to say. That now I'm getting that hands were put on him until he was no longer living, and that is how he was gone. Also, ooh, no. I meant to say that it also was some type of ligature marks, or like, oh, I can't remember what they said, but it meant that around his neck area was BLEEDING. I guess I want to say it like that because I don't know if you know that's if I could say that. So they were saying that. So either he was taken out of here like that, or somebody slit something, if you understand what I'm trying to get at. but it was not no SUICIDE, period. Not at all. He did not do that to himself, period. Period. And we not buying it. Now, last but not least, I want to get into my dream. So, long live Javion Magee, and we ain't gonna stop till we find out what really happened, and we gonna give him hell, baby. We're not letting that happen. So anyway, um, so last but not least, I want to talk about my dream I had. So yesterday morning, I'll say in the wee hours of the morning, I had a dream, right? Now I'm saying this for a reason because this was crazy. I just didn't understand. I didn't know none of this, and it was just happening. That's how my gifts work. I will just be channeling into somebody's business, but usually I don't know why it was like that, but I want y'all to help me understand why y'all think it's like that. If y'all see this part, I want y'all to tell me why you think I had this dream at this time. So let me get into it. So um only thing I truly clearly remember, now this is what was going on. So I was touring this place. It was other people with me. I feel like it was men with us, but we left them behind because this person was so perky and just on the go, like that Virgo energy. So anyway, so this woman was showing me around this place. It was like a big building. It had different many floors, and she was telling me everything about women and children. So when I was like, you know who I think this woman was? Because I seen her kind of from the side ish. She was faster than me. She was going so fast, like, so kind of from the side slash back, because she was moving around so fast. Like, we left these guys behind because she moved like she was on 10 cups of coffee, okay? And guess who the woman was? It was Jada Pinkett Smith. It was Jada Pinkett. But it wasn't Jada Pinkett right now. It was Jada Pinkett at age like 20, between 27 and let's just say 37. Between 27 and 37, I would say she was. Hold on for a second. So it was Jada between age 27 through 37, I would say. And she was moving, so I kind of would get glimpses of her from the side of her, but she would just be speeding up. Like, she'll be right beside me. Then next thing you know, she's in front of me because she just moved like she on 10 cups of coffee, okay? Like, she was just sipping coffee the whole way. We had left these guys behind. I remember that because she just be so zippy, like. And so she was telling me all these groups and clubs they got to do with women and children. She was like introducing me to all these clubs, taking me around this big building, and then we was going to this last place. Well, before I woke up, this last place, and she was like, yeah, something. And they got kickboxing, and they got no. She said boxing class. I'm like, girl, why you saved the box? Why you ain't tell me about the boxing? Because I was kind of listening about all the rest of the stuff. But when she said boxing, I perked up. I like combat type of stuff. So I was like, girl, why you ain't talking about the boxing? She's like, I'm telling you now. Like, she was so perky, like even talk fast, like zippy, like a Virgo. So anyway, because she's a Virgo. So anyway, so so I was like, so we was about to turn the corner and go on the inside. So let me try to make this make sense to y'all of what was happening visually or whatever. So this building, if I didn't know better, I would think this is the Lincoln Financial Field where the Eagles play. because the railings were green, and that's how they look. The railings were green, and it looks like the club level of the Lincoln Financial Field. Like, so the reason why I said that is because the last place we was going, it looks like the club level of the Lincoln Financial Field. The reason why I said it is because so we was on one side, and then we had to go through this. It's like a connector. It's like a little bridge. It's something that connects one side of the clubs to the other side of the clubs. And when we was about to go in there for the boxing classes or lessons or whatever, so when we was about to go in there, we had to make a sharp right turn, which is the same way you go into the other side of the club, and the way you come from one end and go on the outside for a little bit with on its connector to be able to get to the other side of the club. So that's the reason why I thought it's possible that that's where we was at, but I don't know. And her husband is from Philly. I don't know. So anyway, so um we went so I made a turn. We go in there, and we was about to go in there, and then I woke up, right? So I was like, yo, and I started describing this woman, and I was like, you know who that was? It was because I didn't get a straight on look at her, like because she was zipping around. I never looked at her face to face because she was zipping around so fast. The most I could see was maybe a side view, and maybe and hear her voice, and maybe like kind of a side back view because she was zipping everywhere. But her hair was, I feel like, blonde and black. So whatever era that was, that's what she looked like there. You know what I'm talking about? It could have been a different world era, or maybe not. That might have been after that. It might have been low down dirty shame era. I don't know. But I know her hair was blonde and black. That's what era it was. So anyway, so I see you seen that too? Yo, okay. So one of my ancestors had to tapped into my dream about her. It was crazy, but anyway, so when I wake up, I talks about it, says it out loud. I'll stay there so I can remember my dream. Then later on that day, around 6 o'clock, this lady come on and she be announcing people birthdays. Come to find out, it was Jada Pinkett's birthday yesterday. So why did I don't know why and what made that happen like that? Why did I dream about her in her life on her birthday? Like 3 o'clock in the morning is when I woke up and realized I had this dream. So for some reason, I don't know if it's one of her ancestors that wished to communicate maybe a happy birthday to her. I don't know. But yesterday at 3 a.m. is when I woke up out of the dream and I started talking about it. And the more I was talking about this woman, I'm like, you know who it was? It had to be her. Because I was saying all these different Virgos that it could have been because it was Virgo energy. And then I was like, no, it had to be Jada because that was her voice. It was her voice. Like, and her look, and the most I've seen was a side view of her. That's the most I've seen to identify, but her voice definitely. And I'm real keen on people's voices. So I just wanted to bring that out here, first of all, for memory's sake, because I be having so many dreams. I don't record them all, and I don't want to start forgetting them. So I just put it out there. I thought that was wow. Like, then 6 o'clock that evening, I found out it was her birthday that day. So I'm thinking maybe one of her ancestors was thinking of her on her birthday? Maybe, maybe, if I think about it like that, maybe at that age, she was showing one of her ancestors around Philly, where her husband was from, or somebody around Philly, and telling, but they ain't have no groups and clubs in the link. I don't know. I don't know. But I'm just trying to make sense of it. If y'all really could find out what you feel like makes sense that goes with this dream and why I had this dream and why was it on her exact birthday. If y'all have any ideas or insight or perspective to why you think I dreamt about her on her birthday and um kind of dived into her life, it could be somewhere in LA, but I don't know of a place in LA with or a place in California that has green rails. That's the reason why I thought it was Philadelphia. So I don't know. But if you can figure that out, just tell me what is your perception of that dream? It really messed my head up when I found out 6 o'clock that it was her birthday. So yes, that's it. That's all. I guess that's why I came to y'all today. I just wanted to share that with y'all today. And hopefully you enjoyed yourself. Hopefully you enjoyed my live. Thank you for the people that pulled up. I appreciate your presence. Um, if you, let me change this. Oh, wow. They just sirening it up, trying to mess up my live. But anyway, so, if you would like to support the platform, you're more than welcome to. You see the Cash App scrolling across the bottom. No donation is too small or too big. Everything will be appreciated. All donations are welcome. And thank you in advance to the people that choose to give. Um, Also, if you would like to contact me or to book a reading or for any reason to touch base with me, you can do so by email that is listed in the description box of this live and every other piece I do. Um, if would you please, on your way out, please like, sub, um, and hit that notification bell so you can know when I go live or when I post anything or when I put up any type of content on my page, on my channel. Um, and I think that's it and that's all. Like I said, thank you for everybody that pulled up. Your presence was appreciated. I love you. Thank you. Mwah. Peace.